Welcome back to ProBuild 360 TV. It's day one of a brand new project. We're here today for the internal strip outs, the service disconnections, and setting up the health and safety control measures and welfare arrangements. Let's go and have a look how the guys are getting on. Right, so our clients have acquired this property and they're currently living at their existing property in a local village. Now this is the absolute best way to go about a project like this because you're not stuck between either the inconvenience of living in a construction site, which you're going to have no heating for some time, you're going to have no hot water at some time, you have no electrics at some time, and you're going to have security issues and cold and so on coming from any knock-throughs into any extensions. Or the other option is to relocate yourself with alternative accommodation, but that's extra cost for the project. So this is the best way to go about it. It's obviously not possible all the time, but if you can avoid living on site during the construction, that is the best option. So although we've got the preferred living arrangements in place for this project, which is a massive bonus, there's always some challenge or difficulty with any project, and in this case it's the planning application. So the original proposed designs for a side and rear extension have been rejected, unfortunately, after many months of working on it. The planners are citing policies RAP2 and H14, which pertain to extensions in a rural area and the proportionality of those extensions. You're not supposed to go over 40% of the size of the original property. We've said that's fine. We'll go ahead and take full advantage of the permitted development rights, and we'll just have the administrative sides done with a certificate of lawful development. So our clients are going to get all the floor space that they need, and we're able to continue construction as planned. So with the project commencing as planned, our client is happy and we've got tons of lads on site here today. The property is a big one anyway, so the actual square footage that we're adding to the property is not the main concern. It's about the lifestyle that our clients want to achieve, and we're going to achieve that anyway with the design work and getting those internal layouts proper. I'm going to hand over to Amy. She's going to engage with some of the lads and show you what's going on today, and I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, so we're here with the electrician and he's going to tell me a little bit about what he's doing today. So what are you doing? What's your objective? What are you trying to get done?
Today the plan is to basically prep the site so that there's temporary power on site for other tradesmen to work, because we're going to be taking everything back out, putting new wires in. So we're just making everything safe. So here right now I'm disconnecting the heating wires so the plumber can take his stuff away. Then we've got these cables running through for the temporary supplies and temporary lights, so everyone can carry on working safely.
So we're here with Gary, and Gary's going to tell me a little bit about what he's doing on the project today. So, hi Gary.
Hello. Today we're draining down the heating system, hot water systems, capping off the gas to the boiler, taking the boiler out, all the radiators off, and putting temporary cold water connection. Obviously isolating all the sink units, taking out some of the bathrooms.
Is it going to take one day or a bit longer?
We should do it in a day, I thought.
Cool. Nice.
So as you can see, day one is very involved. There's lots of stuff going on, disconnections and getting the skips ready, the welfare arrangements and so on. So in the meantime, we're going to let the lads carry on with what they're doing. We're going to head back to the office and start taking a look at the layouts and the designs for the project. Good afternoon and welcome back. As promised, we're going to have a look at some of the design work for this project in Warwick. So here you have the site plan, and you can see here, give you a bit of orientation, come down the driveway from the main roads to the front of the property here. There's the house itself, into the garden, and then the garden backs onto the river at the end here. Here are the proposed plans for the extension. proposed elevations, so you can see the extension as it will be seen from the garden just here. You can see all that large glazing, which is why there's a requirement for so much structural steel for this particular project. The underfloor heating layouts, so you can see where these loops converge to one manifold here in the library, and then the rest of the ground floor underfloor heating converges here to this manifold in the plant room. And then you can see some early stage layout for the kitchen, and a few renders have been produced to give some kind of idea as to how the kitchen could look when we're finished. There's another one, quite a classical style but with a bit of a modern contemporary twist to it. Very attractive kitchen there. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an understanding of what the property should look like when we're finished.
We're back in Warwickshire at one of our premium properties, one of this beautiful, beautiful home that we're working on at the moment. Amy's come with us today. She's going to see some steels being lifted.
For the first time.
Yeah, so as you can see, the steels have arrived this morning.
Yep.
And the lads have been bolting some of the plates together, getting them ready. And Brad's going to explain to us what's going on.
Yep. And then we're going to watch the crane
Yeah,
lifting the steel
that's right.
beams.
Yeah, and we're going to explain to you some of the terminology and how the structure goes together.
And this is for the extension of the property, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So come with us and we're going to show you what's going on.
So we're here with Brad, and Brad's just going to explain to us the order of the steels and so on. So please.
So we've just had our steel delivery. We've got the back of the house, and then we've got our extension. You've got a big steel, 254 by 254 by 73 spliced. So we've got a couple of lifts over for that. And then the back,
How long's this one?
that is approximately, I'm going to say 12 metres long.
How heavy is that?
You're looking at best part of a ton.
Yeah.
Then we've got, again, the same detail as the back, spliced into two sections. And that's going to be to support the windows, the bifold in the roof, with the plate over the top of it. And again, that's looking at best part of a ton.
So you're going this one here first,
Yeah.
so it makes a T,
Yeah.
and then you're putting these two in after.
Yeah, so you got the bolt connection on the post there, and there.
Yeah.
So the steel will go into position first, and
Yeah.
then that dictates the left and the right, which will be the splice connection, and it'll all bolt top
Yeah.
and bottom.
And then you're going to do a dimension check on these ones. Yeah.
Dimension check. So when these are all in situ, the posts in situ are still for the out of the house, the post. Then it will go post to post, and that will give us
Brilliant.
our measurement for the sides.
Brad, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice one.
No worries.
So this is the middle steel that Brad was just explaining to us. So the first beam will go on top of this, like a big T, and then the other two, one that end will be bolted together, because it won't come in one piece because it's harder to manage. So they bolt it together and it's called splicing. So crane's here now. We'll start lifting. So what you can see here is there is a plate on top and two plates underneath here. So this that you see here, that's the main steel, and the next steel will come off here and be bolted in, sandwiched like that. That's what will hold the steels together. So they can come in multiple pieces, so it's more manageable. So what have you learnt today, Ames?
I've learnt about the steels that have been craned over her house to get to the back of the property where the extension is going to be.
Yeah. What are the different parts of the steel?
The different parts of the steel, you've got the top part, which is the flange.
Yeah.
The middle part, which is the web.
Correct.
And the bottom part, which is the toe.
Very good.
And then the bit sticks out. The bit? What is that?
The
bit?
toe.
The toe sticks out of the front where the bricks will stack up.
That's
on it
right.
to keep the support and structure.
That's right. As you can see, the steels are in for the rear of the structure, and the returns will have a dimension check and be fabricated, so they'll be millimetre perfect first time. We will be back to see that very soon.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing more progress being made.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Cool. See you not on site.
See you not on site. See you back at the office. Brilliant. So the last time we were here, we showed you the steels being craned over. They're now in, and the return steels that come back to the building that we were doing dimension checks for, they're in as well now. The block work's done, and you can see behind me the scale of the property, and you can see the completion of the extension. So this is 150mm rigid insulation boards. Those will go on the floor, so we've got compacted hardcore, blinding sand and damp membrane. Concrete slab, 150mm rigid insulation, underfloor heating, screed on top, and that is a significant build-up of the ground, the floor level. And we will have a conversation about how that finished floor level then interplays with the ceiling height, the not having a bulkhead and having the ceiling run flush through into the existing property, and also how it interplays with the threshold level of the upstairs. Okay, so what we've got here are the weep holes. I'm just going to explain to you what that is. So cavity walls are built with the insulation in the walls to improve the energy efficiency of the property, but that means that if moisture gets inside the cavity, it needs to get released somewhere. That's why we have these weep holes, so that lets the cavity breathe, shall we say. And the reason that these are sticking out inch or two is because you've got this block work is going to be rendered, so these are protruding so that the cement boards and the render system can be put on, and that will then finish flush with the face of the render. So here's the extension. You can see all the steel that we've been talking about. Those ones there are the ones that we showed you last time being craned over. The ones that we've been talking about being measured and dimension checks being done are those returns there. These huge goalposts in the openings, this side and that side. You can see the joists have gone in, sitting in a joist hanger like that, and then they're sat in the blockwork on the other end. So these acro props can start coming out soon. And obviously we've got the birdcage scaffold in this extension area, so that's a safe working platform for the carpenters to fit these joists in. What you can see behind me is the stud work that is going to set out the layouts of where the internal walls are. The internal layouts are starting to take shape. So again, you can see this timber stud work is set out the new layouts, and we used to have a door coming through to a little boiler room here. It's still the boiler room, so you can see the pipe work, the flow, return, hot, cold, etc. all coming down here. People say that the kitchen's the heart of the home. It's not. It's this room where your boiler and your distribution board are, because if this stuff isn't done right, your house is worthless. It's been rejigged so that your kitchen will be the same place where the kitchen was, but rather than coming through a door here into the boiler room, you now come through a utility and then into the boiler room. So boiler will be on the wall here. You've got your incoming water and your main stopcock, and then you've got your distribution board and all your incoming electrical mains, which will then be distributed throughout the property. So you can see above me, we're standing in the kitchen now, and above me is the duct for the extractor. So there's some more ventilation here. And then What else? Upstairs, yeah, we'll get some hot works. So what you can see beneath me here is the pipe work for the heating and the hot and cold water distribution. So what we saw earlier, where the flow and return and the hot and cold distribution were coming down, is that little boiler room. They come up that wall there from the boiler, and what you see here is the distribution throughout. So now we're up in what I believe to be the master's bedroom. So we've got bedroom here and then ensuite and a walk-in wardrobe and that sort of stuff over there. And coming out here is the roof of the extension. There have been quite some challenges in dealing with the elevations and where the finished floor levels are to where the ceiling level is, the ceiling heights, because we wanted to achieve a flush ceiling throughout from the extension through to the existing, rather than having a reduced level of ceiling height or a bulkhead where the steels are installed. And finally, we're up here in the loft conversion. This big dormer has been built. You can see here we've got the blue lath battens. The blues are graded. I think it's pretty standard 5534 if I'm not mistaken. So these are treated, and if you've got a roofer that's not using blue battens, you should question it. Okay, so we're going to wrap up this episode here. The main construction works are done. The next time you see this project is going to be more focused on the internal installations, kitchens, bathrooms, and that'll be led by the interior designers. This project had a really frustrating planning application process. So it feels so great that this is now so well underway. Clients are seeing our designers and the installers every week in the office, specifying and making design choices and stuff like that. It's going to be amazing to see this come together, and the view from that dormer looking out over here is just going to be something to behold. So in the meantime, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.